a nice webinar. It's good to have you guys here. Talking about the Trimble, what you can do in terms of the mobile mapping solutions, and also making use of our ArcGIS and field maps in terms of mobile application. Thank you for having me today. So I'll be moving to the first presenter. The first presenter, Mr. Benedict, will be speaking for the mobile mapping application ArcGIS field maps. Mr. Benedict, are you there?
Yeah, good afternoon, Olumide. Thank you very much. So for the purpose of this presentation, we'd be recording this session. So we'd like to have your permission to record this session. So the recording has already started already. So just prompting us to know that this session is recorded. Thank you. So I will just go ahead to share my screen. So please, can you confirm that you can hear me, Olumide?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, thank you very much. So I'll just go ahead to share my screen. So please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see the screen. Yes, we can see it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. So yeah, my name is Berede Benedict Obina. I'm a GIS analyst with Sambos Nigeria Limited, Sambos Geospatial Nigeria Limited. Today we'll be talking about mobile mapping application. I'll be focused on how to utilize the ArcGIS field maps. So I'll just dive in straight to what the ArcGIS field map is. ArcGIS field map is a mobile application that helps workers, for data collection, editing, finding assets or mapping these assets and information and report them in real time. So some of the workflows include, streamlined field workflows. It eradicates the need for paper, the use of paper. It empowers your field workforce. And they also have access to your current data 24/7. So you have a platform where you can share different data sets with your field workers, and they could have them on their mobile devices. And it also helps in transparency in the field activities, in which you could track the field workers and track where they currently are. And also it's very easy to deploy, quick and easy. It eradicates using time wasting for planning your field activity. So it's very easy to deploy. So I want to go into looking at the 5 key capabilities. So first, you'll be able to view your map on the application. You could also create a markup where you could indicate to the GIS analysts or the different stakeholders about some other points that are not required for the data collection. And it also helps in
Hello, are you still there, Benedict? Hi, Benedict. Are you there?
I think I can hear Benedict too.
Yeah, I lost him too.
I can hear Benedict.
Let's give them some time. They'll be back on very soon.
Hello, please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. We had a little network disruption. So I'll just go on. So I said the 5 capabilities. So I would like everyone to stay mute. So you could just mute your mic for now. All right, so I said the 5 capabilities involves map viewing. You'll be able to view map that is shared with you as a field worker. Also, map markup indicates points of other interests. You could also use it for data collection, collecting new data, updating existing data, and also for asset inspection. So if you want to inspect assets, you want to update the status of different assets, road assets, construction assets, and whatever. And it also enables location sharing. So you could share your location. You could actually visualize the location of your different field workers on your ArcGIS platform. So the basic workflows also include first, it helps you to plan. It also helps you to coordinate your field workers, and it helps them to navigate to particular points where they want to actually collect data from. And also it helps to capture new data. It also helps to update existing data. And lastly, it helps the GIS analyst to monitor activities of the field worker. So yes, we also want to look at some of the use of these ArcGIS field maps. It's very easy to use. It has a streamlined data collection and editing process. It has relevant location focused content, and also helps you to be in sync with the field. So a GIS analyst in the field would actually know what is going on. A GIS analyst in the office will actually know what is actually going on in the field. And you are also connected both online and offline. So for restricted areas without internet connection, the users can actually, download the base map offline, take it offline, and capture this data. And when they get in an environment that enables internet connectivity, then all data sets seems to descend. This is also part of the ArcGIS system. So what it gives you, all your data comes into your ArcGIS system, which you could actually bring them into your ArcGIS Pro, your ArcGIS dashboard, and different applications that is within the ArcGIS system. So the licensing part include the mobile worker user type, which it automatically comes with the mobile worker. So for us who know about the user type extensions, we know that the mobile worker has access to this field map. So the mobile worker is a user type extension on your ArcGIS online. So here you also have, in case you want to actually license this extension to other type of users. So the GIS professional can also utilize this. The creator can also utilize it, and with allocating the extension to also viewers who could actually use this application. Now, what are the key benefits of the ArcGIS field mapping application? So it's a one app to deploy. It's easy to also learn. So you sign into ArcGIS only once. So when you log into the app, which would actually demonstrate after this presentation, you have the opportunity to sign in just only once, and you can start mapping. So it eliminates duplication of offline content. So you don't have to always, for example, take your share your base map with different users. So it has a centralized database where you could have all your maps, all your base map into, and each field worker can actually download this offline map from their own devices. So it has a central database which all these are stored. So smaller aggregates app footprint and download it. It's a light app which you could download from the Play Store and also your iOS devices, and consistency across apps. So the big
Excuse me, Abin, I don't know if I'm the only one not seeing your screen. I don't know if it's your network or something.
Yeah, I have the same complaint.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
I can see the screen myself from
Okay,
here.
so let me just
I can't see the screen. Thank him.
So I will just reshare this screen again.
And also there's a video that is showing. I don't know if you could pause that. It's distracting. The video, someone's camera is on.
Okay.
Can you put your camera off, please?
So,
thank you.
Okay, so please can everyone turn off their camera? Okay, thank you very much, sir. So I will share. All right, so please confirm if you can see my screen.
No, we can't.
Not yet. We can't see the screen. Yeah, I can see the screen.
I can see the screen now.
I think I can see the screen. I don't know what's going on.
So if you can't see my screen, you could actually maybe log out and log into the Teams application again. So let me just. So I can go on now. So yeah, so I said the fifth one is the consistency across applications. So the same data that you get, you could actually use it across the ArcGIS Pro, your dashboards, and create all your mapping content. So that is one of the key benefits of. So. All right, please, can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see your screen. Yeah, we can see your screen.
So we want to look at the components of the ArcGIS field map. So we want to look at the components of the ArcGIS field map. First thing you want to do is actually prepare your map for the field. So this involves preparing all the necessary data sets that you want to collect from the field. So this is done on the ArcGIS online platform. This will be on the web side of the application. Then the second component is the mobile application, which you could download from your App Store or Google Play Store. So this allows your field workers to collect these data sets from the field, which you have already prepared from the ArcGIS online platform of the ArcGIS field map. So the GIS analyst prepares this map, then the field workers use the prepared map to collect data or update existing data or go out for inspection. So, like we said, the use of the ArcGIS field maps, one for map viewing and markup, you could actually use it to view different type of data sets. You don't necessarily need to collect data sets, right? You want to see existing data set around your environment. So the application allows you to create dropped pin, and it's also interactive. You could actually navigate to points of interest that have been on point of interest data set, and it also allows you to collect accurate, up-to-date information. So for example, if the GIS analyst has already done all the mapping, you want to go to the field and inspect these points that was generated, the ArcGIS field maps application can allow you to do that. And it also has an inbuilt compass which can navigate you to that particular point or area of interest that you want. And also it allows indoor and outdoor mapping. So the ArcGIS field map allows indoor and outdoor mapping. So you could be in a building, if you have an IPS, which is the indoor positioning system, you could actually integrate it with your ArcGIS field maps and map indoors also. So it allows for data capture and editing. So it transforms the dependent. It transforms field workers depending on paper-based workflow. So what it does, it allows your field workers to collect data digitally, and it also allows them to update existing data, which will be synced to the centralized database. So it allows for dynamic smart forms. You could actually create smart forms, create drop downs, create different kind of mapping attributes, and also allows for high accuracy capture, which we'll be looking at the DA2 today, how you can integrate your GNSS device with your mobile application to collect high accurate data. And also the offline and online. So you could be offline, you could just download the area of interest, the base map or the map of the area of interest, and collect this data even without internet connection. So it also allows for operational awareness, helps you to coordinate work based on proximity. It improves response times. It helps you to manage events that are happening on the field. So for example, if for those that are involved in utility, if a customer complains about a leaked pipe, you could actually navigate to that particular point which the customer is having issues with. So it allows for operational awareness. So it also helps to coordinate your workforce. So like we said, the components involve preparing a map. So your GIS analyst prepares this map, or the administrator prepares this map, which allows you to share different workflows for different field workers. So you could assign different field workers based on the region they are in. So for example, you want to do a map across a state and you want to differentiate them based on the local government area. You could actually plan how this work is to be done and share it with different field workers in different local government. So it allows you to plan, and it provides mobile workers with also a to-do list, and like we said, it also allows workflow automation. So we look into all that. Now, another attribute, another good benefit of the ArcGIS field map, it allows for geofencing. So you could create maybe a shapefile or an existing layer from your map and use it to geofence your field workers. So for example, if you want your field workers to be alerted when they leave a particular zone, they would get the alert from their mobile devices. So you could send a message across to them that, okay, that particular area that you are in is not our own region. So you could actually stop collecting data from that region. So those are the typical workflows that can be done on the ArcGIS field map. So here we can see the geofencing. We also see the data collection process for indoors. And we could also see the utility mapping. So the ArcGIS field maps allows for utility mapping for those of us in the electric sector and utility sector who have worked with utility maps. So you could actually share this map with your field workers to help you update the
Sorry to
status
cut you.
of assets.
Sorry to obstruct you, but I can't see what you're sharing. Okay, yeah, thank you. I can see it now. Thank you.
Thanks. All right. So, like I said, for those that have worked with utility mapping, you could actually share this utility data set with your field workers so that they could either go for inspection or update the status of some of these assets on the field. So another point is the high accuracy data collection. So you could actually collect different data set, be it point, line, and polygon. So it can also collect GPS metadata. If you set it to collect GPS metadata, you want to look at the different metadata of your GPS devices or your GNSS devices, as long as it's connected to your device. It can also allow you to collect that in case you want to do your accuracy requirements and want to know how that data has been collected. So we'll go straight to the demonstration right now. We want to demonstrate how to use the ArcGIS field map, just a basic workflow on how to use the ArcGIS field map. Okay, so like we said, first thing you want to plan, the data collection process, right? You want to plan how this data will be collected in the field. So for example, we'll be using already made data sets on our platform. So we want to look at, for this demonstration, we want to look at updating polling units in Nigeria. So for example, you have existing polling units around particular location. We want to look at how you can update the status of the polling units and also add additional polling units to your database with the ArcGIS field maps. So the first thing you want to actually do is you want to go to the settings of your map. So please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yes. So you want to enable your map to use ArcGIS field map. So you come to your map settings to enable your map to use and make sure that your map uses the ArcGIS field maps and you save that. So secondly, you want to, this is the item page of your map that you actually have of the different data sets across the particular region you're working on. So you want to go to this particular option that says open in field map. So what this does is open the ArcGIS Field Maps application on your browser. So this allows you to plan the data sets that will be collected on the field. So for example, you don't want them to collect some other type of data sets. You just have a particular data set you want them, attribute data you want them to populate. So this allows you to plan how you can do that. And also we talked about geofencing. This allows you to also create geofence around the data collection process. And also this platform also allows you to enable your map to be shared offline. So the offline is disabled for this because we have data sets coming from Living Atlas. So if you want to actually take your map offline, you need to disable or remove any data sets that is from Living Atlas or that is not on your ArcGIS online platform. So this is the overview. This is actually the title of the map, the summary of the map, and you want to look at the sharing privilege. If you want to edit the sharing, maybe to a particular group or to the whole organization, you could actually edit and change all that. Now you want to go to the content. This allows you to plan the data sets that are involved for mapping. So here we have all the layers that we want to actually collect data from, but we are looking just into this particular polling unit in Nigeria. So these are all the data attributes on the particular feature layers. Here we have the name of the polling units or the code. We have the state, the LGA name, the dates, and different attribute data. Also, you can add data, a new data set that you want to collect to this feature layer. So on the right here, where we have the form builder, if you want to add a barcode, if you want to add a date stamp to it, you want to add integers, you want to add multi-line. So multi-line can be used for description. A single line could just be used for single line names. So we also have the choices where you want to look at switch, yes or no switch, the radio buttons, and the combo box. And you also want to look at grouping. For example, you want to group them based on the information that is being collected. Maybe, for example, the reporter information, the polling unit information, and the rest. You could actually group all of that. When you are done with all the edits, all you have to do is save, and it will be shared automatically with the field workers. So we also have the geofencing. For example, you want to actually restrict them to a particular region. So for example, if you have a shapefile of a particular local government, you want to restrict a particular field worker to, you could actually add a geofence to it. So for example, we want to restrict them to collect data from Abuja only. You could just put up the shapefile of the Abuja municipal and set the alert. So you could set the message here that okay, immediately the field worker enters the region, you should get alert on the mobile device that is in this particular region. And when he exits, this particular region, you can also get alert that okay, you are out of your region of mapping. So that is how you do your reference. And this is actually where you add the layer to. So for this layer, we already have the local government area all together. So we don't want to restrict them to that. So if you have a particular shapefile or a particular feature layer of that particular region you want to geofence, you could just add that to your map and you set the geofencing on that. Also want to look at the offline mode. Also want to look at, for example, you want to share your map offline. Like I said, for you to share your map offline, you have to remove every external source from your map. So right here, I have the Nigeria local government area, which is from the Living Atlas. So I won't be able to share this content offline. For me to share it offline, I will need to remove that particular layer. So we'll go into the app setting. So here we have the collection. If you want to restrict them to a particular accuracy. So depending on the type of mapping you are doing, if your mapping requires an accuracy of 2 meters below, maybe first order, second order, and order, you can actually set the accuracy limit. So what this does is that that particular field officer cannot collect data unless it gets the accuracy, or unless the accuracy is met. So this allows you to set the accuracy for collecting your data. So you don't want to collect data when the GPS devices has not read enough signals to give you accurate positioning. So you also have other options, GPS averaging, and the ArcGIS field map allows you to add images to your map also. So you want to set the size, if you want an actual image, if you are conserving space, you could actually use the small. Then we also have future actions and whatnot. So you could actually, play with all these to. So now we want to look at the sharing level. If you want to share to your organizations, if you want them to just have a barcode, the link to the field map, you could have them. You could share the link or the QR code to them also. And also, if you want to hide this map from your organization, so you want only people who have the link or who have the QR code to use that particular map for mapping, then you could actually hide that. So I will just connect my screen right now to show you how you can field mapping application. Just 1 minute as I share my mobile device. So I'm actually having connection issues. So till I find a way to connect my mobile device. Presenter can just continue, and after that, listen. So let me give over to you.
Thank you very much for the wonderful presentation. Thank you for making us understand how we can apply the products of field maps to mobile mapping. Thank you for the wonderful presentation, Mr. Obina. So we'll be having another presenter now, Mr. Gilbert from Trimble. He'll be also talking about the mobile application using the Trimble Catalyst. Mr. Gilbert, over to you. Are you there?
Sure. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Confirm to me if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, thank you so much, Benedict. Thank you so much, everyone, for finding time to be part of this presentation. And I will just move direct to it immediately. My name is Gilbert Sosi, and I'm from Trimble. And this is a wonderful opportunity for me to talk about the Trimble Catalyst DA2 GNSS receiver. As you can see there from my screen, on my far right there should be your far left. Is the DA2 digital antenna. This is normal. This is just a normal GNSS antenna or GPS antenna that is used to collect data. The only difference here being it is a digital antenna that you just plug in and play. It is the one here yellow in color, and this is just a standard rod that is used to support the antenna so that it provides you an opportunity to play around with your controller more efficiently. It uses the Catalyst positioning service, and the engine that is inside here is a ProPoint engine, same engine that we have in Trimble GNSS receivers for surveyors. It just provides you with an ecosystem to be able to pick and collect accurate GNSS data as if you're just using the normal rover, base and rover opportunity. The other difference here is being a digital antenna, you're receiving correction from the Trimble Corrections Hub. You no longer need a base to connect to a base to be able to have like some kind of base and rover. And this scenario is just a rover only, and you're still receiving centimeter accuracy in your device or your controller plus the software that you're using. So in terms of the agenda, I'll talk about briefly about the Catalyst in itself, the solution, the Catalyst DA2 antenna, devices, application, and workflows on how to do it. Updates to Catalyst subscription because we have recently improved it in terms of what it can be able to do. As you can see from my first slide there, we call it a DA2 antenna because we are coming from a DA1 antenna. So this is a much more improvement of the DA1 antenna to be able to provide more capability and more usage for the users who are collecting data. This is how the Catalyst looks like, and it provides you with professional grade GNSS position. Whether you are collecting GIS grade data or survey data, you can be able to use it in that kind of environment or that kind of workflow or in between, depending on the accuracy needs that you require for your work. As I've said, as I was starting there, introducing the antenna, this is just a revolutionary Trimble device or software-defined GNSS receiver that enables you to collect data in the field. As I may repeat from what I started before there in the first slide, this antenna or the Catalyst is just the normal antenna, GPS antenna, but now in this case, it's in digital version. We have both the analog version, the one that you can use like a base and a rover. So what we have done, we have combined that and come up with a a software-defined version of the same receiver in a digital format. The solutions allows you to enjoy subscription accuracy from Trimble. So what it means here, you acquire the antenna and then you subscribe to the accuracy, depending on the accuracy that you need. You could need 1 centimeter accuracy, you could need 60 centimeter accuracy, maybe you need 30 centimeter accuracy, or you need 2 centimeter accuracy. So using this GNSS antenna, which you just acquire one time, then you are able to also subscribe to the accuracy according to your usage, according to the time that you need. This accuracy, you can subscribe to it on an hourly basis, on a bundles of 10 hour. You can subscribe on a monthly basis, or you can also subscribe on a yearly basis, all of them coming at different price point. When I talk about subscription here, what I mean is the same way you buy airtime to use on your mobile phone, or you buy data to use on your mobile phone, the principle here is the same. You're buying accuracy to use as per your needs. You could want to buy to subscribe and buy on an hourly basis, just like you can buy internet to use on an hourly basis, or you buy internet to use on a monthly basis or a yearly basis. The principle here is just the same. The DA2 antenna, as you can see there, you don't need to connect to your phone or your tablet by way of cables. The connection is via Bluetooth, but you can power the antenna using a power bank of any kind. It could be a Trimble power bank, or you can be an aftermarket power bank, which is able to just do the same way. Another improvement, just to compare it with DA1, now that we have DA2, DA1 initially could only work on Android devices, like a mobile phone. But this time around, a much more improvement and departure from DA1 antenna is that you can use both for Android and also for iOS device. So the controller here can be an Android phone, can be an iPhone, can be an iPad. It can also be a Samsung tablet, or it can be also Trimble TDC 600, which is a unique, more rugged tablet that we also fulfill from Trimble to be able to work in harsh environment, to be able to work in environments that normally a mobile phone will not be able to sustain the shocks and the pressure of the work that is ongoing in the field. So in summary, then Trimble Catalyst is an inexpensive hardware that you can be able to procure or purchase, that comes bundled together with subscription, providing you then an opportunity to invest in a more unique solution that is inexpensive, like an entry-level kind of a solution to be able to allow you collect data that is GIS grade or survey grade. It is very simple. There is no complicated configuration or integration that is required. It's just plug and play with your handheld device, mobile phone or iPhone, and you're able to do it by way of collecting data without sophisticated workflows. It is very flexible in terms of where to use it. You can use it anywhere in the world. We have tested it in some regions in Africa. It is scalable. So if you're coming from a smaller team, or like a company, a one-man company or a startup, to large organizations that are doing much more sophisticated work, you can be able to modify the catalyst to suit your needs. It's also a very powerful solution. Just like I said before, it is not an downgraded version of the normal GPS antenna. No, the engine is the same like we use in R12i GNSS receiver to collect and process survey grade GNSS data. The same way, the same engine that is running on the Trimble Catalyst is very powerful, allowing you to enjoy up to survey grade precision if the workflows of your work demands such kind of accuracy as well. The corrections, as I've said, maybe for me to emphasize, no need for a base station. You're just receiving your positioning the data or information, accuracy information, directly from satellite using the Trimble corrections hub. These corrections are applied to raw data, so no need to post-process if you have this kind of fears, maybe on what it's able to do. It just works like this, as I've said. No need to have a rover and a base station. If you're coming from a survey background, maybe already you're starting to ask yourself, hey, where is my base? No need for a base. It's just plug and play with your controller there. It could be a phone, and it just works as you receive corrections from Trimble Satellite Corrections Hub. So there's just a summary, just precise in terms of what it can be able to do. And remember, as I've mentioned there before, just to visually emphasize on that, compared to DA1 antenna, this is no longer there anymore, but just as a comparison of it where you're coming from, maybe you'll meet this in the field in your day-to-day work. The DA1 antenna, it was purely Android-based, versatile, It's also light, just like the DA2 is light, and it receives correction from Catalyst positioning technology, where you just receive corrections via the Trimble Corrections Hub that is transmitted to you via satellite. The DA2 antenna, the difference here, as you can see, it's both Android and iOS, a version of it. So if you come with an iPhone or an iPad, or you come with a Trimble device as well that is Android based, it will still work. Or if you come with an Android phone, like bringing your own device, maybe it's a Samsung tablet or a Samsung phone, it will still work. The DA1 antenna, when it comes to connectivity, it was via cable. This time around, the cables have been removed, so you connect to your controller via Bluetooth. It's equally versatile, light in weight, and also uses the ProPoint technology. It's the same engine that runs in the Surveyor's GNSS receivers. The correction methodology is just the same. It's catalyst positioning. You receive corrections via satellite. No need for a base station. This is just an overemphasis of what I've been talking about. We have simplified. You see, this is the digital antenna. It's very small. You just carry in your bag like a carry-on package, and you're able to still continue receiving precise GNSS positioning as you work with it. It's not a downgraded version of GPS. It's just a new concept. It is a software-defined GNSS receiver inside that package that you can see there. The ProPoint engine, just like I've said, and emphasizing again in that slide, is just an improved performance that enables GNSS receivers to work in harsh environments like canopy or high-rise building and so on. The same engine, the ProPoint engine and technology that is in the GPS receivers like the R2 or the R12i GNSS receiver is the same engine we are using in the DA2 Catalyst, and then it allows you then to work under very harsh environments where normally GNSS signal is downgraded or is affected. The same engine we are using for the DA2 GNSS Catalyst antenna. This is just a slide to show you the GNSS performance. I might not at this time go through each and every thing here, but this information is available in the datasheet that is freely downloadable from Trimble website. You can download and check this kind of technical specification that defines the GNSS performance of the DA2 antenna. Mechanical design, as you can see there, it's very light in weight. You can carry it in your laptop bag as you move along. It's water and dust proof IP65. It's also ruggedized with military grade performance there by way of dropping maybe on a concrete up to 2 meters. It will still survive. Even from a tree 1.2 meter free fall, it will still survive the shock. So it's a strong antenna that allows you to work in the field there and enjoy corrections just like a surveyor will enjoy with an R2 or R12i GNSS receiver. The beauty here is it's very light. You're able to move from one location to another location as you pick your data without the thought of, hey, I'm far away from the base station and so on. Another important thing to mention, it might arise also as a question, are you able to also log into a course network? If there is a course network at your location, using the DA2 antenna as well, you can be able to log into a course network and still enjoy accuracy as if you are working like a base and a rover system. The only difference again here is for you to enjoy the accuracy of a course network, you must also have subscribed to the requisite accuracy level that you desire. If you desire 2 centimeter accuracy with this DA2 antenna as you work in the field, and you want also to connect to a course network, then you must first subscribe before connecting to the course network, not the other way around. Doesn't mean with the antenna only, without subscription, you will enjoy 2 centimeter accuracy. That is normally not the case. You have to have a mix of both. You start first with the subscription, make sure the engine is working. The engine is able to consume 2 centimeter accuracy data from any kind of correction source, be it is the Trimble Corrections Hub or the course network, just for you to be aware. This is a slide to show you that we have tested the accuracy of the RTK with the DA2 antenna. And this is just a graph to show you how the results came out. We have tested this in various locations, including Africa, a place like South Sudan. We tested this successfully. We were able to enjoy this kind of initialization and also RTK 27 kilometer CMRX horizontal error as you can see there in the graph. This is another performance test that we did just to try and get the accuracy of the RTX corrections that you receive using the DA2 antenna. And we saw the RTX fast convergence was just 48 seconds. You were able to receive already 2 centimeter accuracy in various locations globally. This is just another slide to compare the DA1 and the DA2 antenna in terms of performance. And as you can see there in blue, the DA antenna, digital catalyst antenna is much more improved in terms of performance improvement. As you can see there, we're now at 98% performance yield for RTK. When it comes to DA2 antenna, way much more improvement in terms of performance, in terms of visualization and obtaining a fix while working in the field. This is just a map to show the coverage of the Trimble Corrections Hub. As you can see, the DA2 Corrections Hub coverage is all over the world. We are in Africa. In Ghana, for instance, you can see there the yellow dots signify where you are able to enjoy this Corrections Hub with the DA2 antenna. It's a global coverage. When you purchase the DA2 antenna, what is inside the box? This is what you receive in the box. This is just the antenna, the DA2 catalyst antenna. This is a knob here to be able to allow you connect to a 2 centimeter pole if needed be. And this is a strap to allow you also connect the battery if you're using external battery to power it. Then this is the strap that allows you to mount the battery on the pole and to the GNSS receiver to be able to power it as well. This is what you get in the box. The other optional accessories are also there. Depending on what you want to do, you also buy the accessories separately. This is how it looks like. So in the box, it comes only the DA2 antenna and the strap. If you need to buy a power bank, then this you procure separately. And if you need also the pole, this you also procure separately, depending on what you need. Some users also use the DA2 catalyst antenna without a pole. This is also possible. You can also use the accessory handle just to be able to attach the antenna and maybe to an iPad and so on, and giving you some kind of a nice way to maneuver while working in the field. All those are optional capabilities. As you can see there, the difference there, this is somebody using a 2 meter pole with a DA2 catalyst. You can use a monopole. It's a shorter version of the 2 meter pole. You can also use it without any kind of a pole. You just put it in a backpack, connect to a controller using Bluetooth, and you continue working as the usual way. Depending on the workflows, all these are kind of flexibilities that you can enjoy in the field. I talked about catalyst subscription. We have also changed this in one way or another, just to allow customers also have the flexibility of enjoying corrections depending on the nature of their work, and I'll be able to mention this as well. These are the flavors that you get in terms of subscription. Remember, I said the antenna and the subscription now provide you a complete ecosystem to collect data depending on the accuracy that you need. As you can see here, we have the catalyst, what we call the catalyst 1 meter. This is just 100 centimeter accuracy. We have the catalyst submeter, 30 centimeter accuracy. We have the catalyst decimeter. This is the 10 centimeter accuracy. And then we have the catalyst precision, 1 centimeter accuracy. So the way we call them in terms of part number, like the catalyst 1 meter, we call it catalyst 60. We have the catalyst 30, we call this the 30 centimeter accuracy. And then we have the catalyst 10, which is 10 centimeter accuracy. Then we have the catalyst 1, which defines the 1 centimeter accuracy. This is just the various flavors that you can be able to subscribe to at any given time, depending on the nature of your work. If your work requires some kind of GIS grade accuracy, maybe 60 centimeter is enough, then this is what you procure. If you want high grade accuracy, survey grade accuracy 1 centimeter, then you go for the catalyst 1 subscription with your antenna. This is how it's defined as well. When it comes to the catalyst annual, it's a different subscription model that we also introduced recently. We have the catalyst on demand. This is shared pool, unlimited users, pay per hour, but you buy it in a pool of 10 hours. We have catalyst monthly, pay per user per month, unlimited use. You use it every day in an unlimited fashion. Then we have the new catalyst annual, pay per user per year, unlimited use as well. And we have very various flavors of accuracy as well under this model of subscription for the accuracy on your device. What are some of the softwares that integrate or talk with the DA2 antenna? As we started with the S3 software, S3 software, we are partners with them in terms of coming up with this solution. So the ArcGIS field map, the survey 123 software it's ready. It has been made ready for Catalyst. It's also plug and play. You don't need to configure anything. We also have other softwares that work with Catalyst as well. If you've heard of Teraflex, which is both for iOS and Android, PenMap for Android, and you have a mobile manager for iOS and Android. And we also have partner apps, just like I've talked about the S3 software for field data collection. Also talks very well with Catalyst. It allows you to enjoy this accuracy level on your software. This flexibility is there for the customers as well. Its availability. This is available immediately, beginning Q4 2021. This was last year, end of last year. The solution is available. So in summary, what's new with regarding to this antenna, digital antenna? The DA2 supports both Android and iOS operating system. It's faster and very accurate. Comes packaged with ProPoint technology. This is the same engine that runs GNSS receivers. The connectivity is without cables. It's via Bluetooth, and we now have an annual subscription added to Catalyst. The Catalyst subscription is just like the data you buy for use for internet. It's the same principle in this case, but this time around we're just enjoying accuracy on your devices, on your rugged devices, accuracy on your phone as you collect GIS or survey grade data. So it's very easy just by pressing this button. No need for complex integration. By pressing this button, you switch the antenna on and off you go by way of just collecting your data as you need. Thank you very much. That's the end of the presentation. If there are any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Gilbert. Thank you for your presentation. That was a lovely presentation. Thank you for giving us the idea of making use of Trimble Catalyst in terms of applying it for mobile mapping. Thank you for that presentation. And also thank you for even mentioning that the DA2 has an higher accuracy and also that it supports iOS and Android. Thank you for pointing that out. For those that might not know that the Trimble Catalyst can also perform this function. Obina, over to you. Can we have you now?
Okay. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. So I'll just share my screen again. So sorry for that. Also, thank you, Gilbert, for that wonderful presentation. It's really impactful. So please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yeah, and if you need me to share this presentation, I'm also willing. If anyone needs to have this presentation for reference, Benedict, it's possible I can share it to you, and maybe you can share it to participants if they need to read in future or check on something. It's also okay. I have it in PowerPoint and PDF. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yes, thank you very much. So yeah, so I just want to demonstrate how you could use the ArcGIS field maps. So the application, you can find this is the application, the ArcGIS field map. So you launch the application, you actually log in and you could see all the maps that are shared with you. Yeah, you could see all the maps that are shared with you. So we are interested in mapping for polling unit or updating the status of polling unit. So first you want to look at your GPS provider. So for example, like Gilbert said, you could add the Trimble Catalyst DA2 to your ArcGIS field map. So how to do that? You just go to your collection settings, and you go to location, the provider, it will be listed there when you have already added it to your mobile device. So for now, I'm using my phone GPS, so it's showing integrated. So if you want to add new ones, you could just click on add, and you could add them to your platform. And also you want to look at some other settings like the units, the collection settings, the accuracy, the GPS, the snapping, and the rest. You could set that also directly on your application. So next thing, you want to click on the map that you want to actually map. So if I zoom out, you could see all the map about the polling units that was actually shared with me. So I want to actually map a new polling unit. First, I want to go to my location. Now, for example, I could see other polling units that are here. If I want to update their location, for example, this. Now I could see this polling unit. I could see all the information about this polling unit that is shared with me. If I want to edit information about this polling unit, I just click on edit. Now, if I want to add a new polling unit for this particular location, so my GPS accuracy is actually showing 35 meters because I'm inside the building. So and as you can see, it is noted here that 5 meters is required to actually do this mapping. So if you just want to add this point, you could click on the add button here, and it will ask you what feature layer do you want to add, or what feature layer do you want to update. You click on this. So this add point is actually on red because I have not met the required accuracy for mapping this polling unit. So you want to fill all the attribute data. So for here, I want to put the name, or just put in the code name as FCT 1.50. Then I want to put the state, FCT. I want to put the local government name, Abuja Municipal. I want to put the date of collecting this data today. Then the state code will be 1, just for the purpose of this presentation. Local government to polling unit code. Then I want to add the description, so I could see this polling unit is located in Jabi. You could just add any information that you want to. So also, if you need to add attachment, so for this particular survey, is not this particular form, there are no attachments required. But if you want to actually add attachment, like the GIS analyst who is planning this data collection could actually do that back on your ArcGIS online platform and enable attachments that you want. So you can submit this if you are done, but I can't submit because I do not meet the accuracy requirements. So that is how you could set rules on how to collect data on the field with your ArcGIS field map. So I'll just discard this. And like I said, you could also add markup. For example, you notice a particular polling unit in a location that is not required. So you noticed a polling unit that is in a location. You could actually, here you could change the base map, create bookmarks, edit multiple points. You could create markup, like we said. I actually want to do a markup here. You'd actually create markup and add label to the markup. So you could do a lot of things with your ArcGIS field mapping application. So thank you very much for listening. We'll go into the next session, which involves questions and answers.
Thank you, Bina. That was a wonderful demonstration. Thank you for taking us with that demonstration. So we'll be going into the segments for questions and answer. If anybody have any questions for our speakers for today. But I've noted the request for the PowerPoint presentation to be shared to everyone. So there's no problem about that. The presentation will be shared. So does anyone have question for the speakers? Any question as regards the Trimble catalyst and as regards the field maps? Any question? Do you have anybody with questions, please?
Yeah, Mr. Benedict, thanks for the presentation. My question is that the survey 123, can we use it with any other software apart from ArcGIS Pro? In terms of collecting data from feed.
Okay, thank you very much. So your question is, can you use the survey 123 with any other mapping application?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, not really. So the survey 123 is synced directly to your ArcGIS platform. So you need to have your ArcGIS online, because the data is actually synced to your ArcGIS online database. So if you want to actually export the data that was collected with your survey 123 or any other field mapping application, you need to go to your ArcGIS Pro and save them as a layer package or a shapefile package and use it in other applications.
Okay, meaning you have to have our license on the ArcGIS Pro and ArcGIS Online before we can use the survey 123.
So you just need to have access to the ArcGIS online, either a crypto account or a field worker account to use the survey 123.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Keke no get it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Please, can you kindly mute yourself, please? Thank you. So we have Mr. Yahya Aruno. Please, can you unmute yourself and ask your question?
Thank you very much. Please, I want to know the digital catalyst. Is it as accurate as our normal differential GPS? Or because our normal differential GPS is differential technique, and this one you are saying it only use a single. Sorry, it doesn't need base and rover. So please, can you enlighten me on it more on it?
Gilbert, please, can you provide the answer to that question? Are you there? Gilbert?
So I will
Benedict,
just...
do you have answer to the question?
So I will just answer that question. So the question is, you want to know the Trimble catalyst. The Trimble catalyst actually uses the GNSS technology to get the accurate position of place, and it also uses different techniques to get the corrections of that particular position. So like he said it uses a subscription base. So it's a technology that uses different satellites to get accurate position depending on the type of accuracy you subscribe for. So it gives you accuracy based on the GNSS technology that uses different satellites to geolocate your accurate positions. So you, like you said, you don't need a rover, you don't need a base. So with that single Trimble catalyst, you could get accurate position that you actually want. And like I said, this has been tested with other devices and other methods to show that you can actually use this for your mapping activities.
What I was
Someone
asking
on
was
the
that
chat is trying to
normally
make a
the
comment.
initial GPS use
Kilani is trying to
distance
make
and
a
bearing
comment.
along with the.
Sorry?
It uses distance. What I was asking is that our normal differential GPS use distance and bearing along with the satellite reading. So after measuring the distance and bearing between the rover and our base, yes. So the Trimble digital catalyst, does it have that technique too? Maybe if you connect to the core station network, it uses the distance and bearing between the core station you subscribe to and your device. That's my question.
Yeah, when you connect to a course network, what is happening is you have just changed the source of corrections you are receiving. That is the difference. So it eliminates the normal way of computing accuracy or computing your GPS location at any given time. So you don't need, there is no aspect of base station, there is no aspect of angles and so on and so on. The way the digital antenna has been, the algorithm that is running the engine, the way it's been made, you no longer need to worry about baselines and so on and so on. That's not it's not a big deal. You are just receiving corrections directly to your device, already computed, already already solved if there are errors and so on. No need to worry about distances and so on, if I may answer it that way. It's just plug and play.
Thank you very much. So I want to know again, how expensive is the subscription?
How expensive is the subscription?
Yes.
Benedict, I shared with you this information. Maybe you can actually share with the dealers. I've also shared to Benedict the presentation. Maybe you can just collect all the emails of the people, and then you can just share with them, including the pricing, Benedict, if you like.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gilbert. So, Mr. Aruna would share the pricing details with you after this webinar. So you could drop your email on the chat box, so we could follow up with costing for the subscription and also for the device itself.
Yeah, Benedict, I've shared with you the email. If you can request access immediately so that you don't delay.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question concerning the Trimble catalyst. You said we are using just satellite alone. What about situation we have tree coverage or under building or multi-pass error? Is there any other way to mitigate those errors of
Okay, there was some kind of noise, but I think I heard your question very well. When I talk of you receiving corrections via satellite, we have what is called the Trimble Corrections Hub. So what is the technology behind the Trimble Corrections Hub? What is happening is we have what is called virtual base stations placed all over the world. So we have actually some base stations, but they are virtual in nature. So this is the difference. That's the reason why you don't need a base station or a rover and so on and so on. I don't know if I answered the question in a way.
Yeah. You said you're using a visual reference system. It's okay, and you said it's all over the world. So I might have one close to me or knowing to me, which can really help in doing the correction. I think that will really explain the need for we don't need a base station because of the visual reference system, which help in the correction. Okay, I'm okay with that answer. But you didn't really answer the question. Can I get my correction in build-up area or where we have high-rise building or under tree canopies? Normally GPS or GNSS only has that issue of no errors around those trees area and build up area. So I don't know if this one can easily have correction from there.
There is a way to mitigate those errors as well, and we also have some softwares like the Trimble Terraflex software, just like the S3 software. It allows you to collect raw log files of the position data you are collecting at any given time, and with this kind of raw log files, then you are able to do what is called post processing on your data. Normally, if you don't have correction errors, like under canopy or multipath and so on, you will receive already computed precise location. But if you want to post-process further, it is this is dependent on the software that you are using to collect data. If your software is able to save raw log files of your work, then you can post-process in the office using desktop softwares like TBC, for instance. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I can use it for static operation also. Okay, I'm okay with that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you very much. We have some people hands up. Mr. Kilani hands is up. I don't know if you can mute and speak. We're having issues with your mic. So we are still having the same issue with your mic. So if you can drop your question on the chat box, that would be great.
Okay, we also have Mrs. Mogochiku. Can you hear me, please? Can you unmute yourself and ask a question?
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear
Yes,
you.
I can hear you.
Okay, I want to ask question on the form, on the ArcGIS map form. Which of them? Field map. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
I can hear you.
Yes. So the map that you're going to design, you can still design it using your Android phone and also using your system on ArcGIS Online. Once you download the app on your phone, you can use it to design the form with your phone.
Okay, no, so for that question, like I said, first you need to plan your map before the data collection. So the planning is done on a web browser. So the ArcGIS field maps is done on a web browser, basically your computer system, your browser, where you go to your ArcGIS field map from database to design that form, which the field workers will use a mobile device to collect. So the form is being designed on your browser. So basically your desktop.
Okay. Then when the field workers use their mobile device to go to the field, how do they now download the form? Is there any connection, or once you open the app on the phone, you can search for the form and you can open it and work with it?
Okay, yes. So it's actually, they can search for the map. So the map contains, the feature layer which the form is. So you need to share that map with your to your field workers. So for example, if you have a group of field workers and you created a group on ArcGIS Online, you need to share that map with those particular field workers. So if it's everyone in your organization that you want to have access to the map, then you share your map with the organization. So once you share it with your organization, if they log in to the ArcGIS Online, and if they log in with the ArcGIS Online credentials on the mobile application, they can have access to that map and collect data.
Okay, thank you very much. All right.
Thank you so much. Do we have, is Mr. Kalani ready to ask his question? Mr. Kalani? Or do you have any other person that want to ask a question? You can mute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, so I got Mr. Kilani's question right now. He said, apart from point data, can one use field map to map other geometric data like line and polygon data and download it as a shapefile? Yes, definitely. So you could actually, customize depending on the feature layer. Like we said, you could have line data like road data, could also line data like pipeline data. You could also have polygon data like buildings, parcel, and the rest. So you can have all type of data sets, geospatial data sets, and edit them on the field application. And yes, this application are synced directly to the map. This application is synced directly to the map, so you can actually use it and start editing on your ArcGIS Pro or ArcMap in that case.
Thank you for the answer to the question. Do we also have any other person that has not asked this question or a question? Any other person? Okay. In the absence of no other questions, we'll be rounding up the meeting, the webinar for today. So I'll be sharing my slide. So that has been a wonderful presentation from both presenters for today. Taking us through the field maps and taking us through the Trimble Catalyst as a product to explain mobile mapping. Please give me some seconds. I'm waiting for my slide to come up. Okay, I think we have another person raising up their hand. Mrs. Usiofu, please.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I kind of joined late, and I think I understood that this has to do with maybe developing the form from the site at ArcGIS Online, then deploying it to the field to collect data. I don't know whether you guys can just run through the whole process again since you guys are rounding up and for us that came late. Right.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. So basically we would share the video will be available on our YouTube. So we share the video for you in case you miss some part. So basically it's just about first having the feature layer on your ArcGIS Online with the different attributes, then using the ArcGIS field mapping web application to design the form. Then after designing the form which your field workers will collect data, then you share it with the field workers and they will populate, point data, polygon data, or also update polygon or point data or any other type of data sets that you want. And it will be synced automatically to your ArcGIS Online map or your database. So that was the rundown of the whole presentation. And also we talked about Trimble Catalyst.
Sorry, I have one more question. Hello.
Okay.
I have one more question. I want to ask, can one subscribe for ArcGIS, normal ArcGIS Pro for like maybe a number of years, maybe for 5 years ahead?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay. I don't know whether it will mean maybe a kind of maybe if you will have some changes in the price, or it just remain the same no matter how long one is paying ahead of for.
Yeah, so I don't want to go into the details of the pricing, but we have basically two types of pricing. We have the perpetual and the annual subscription. So depending on which one you want to go for. So if you want to go for annual subscription, you can pay for 3 years ahead. Then if you want to go for the perpetual licenses, you just have to take care of the maintenance to enjoy the subscription. So basically, our sales team will contact you to explain more details about the licensing and pricing of this.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. You can drop your email on the chat box so we can follow up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Obina,
Maybe
for
over
answering
to
that
you.
question. Do we have any other question before we round up? So I'll be rounding up and I'll be sharing my slide. Okay. So we've done the question and answer, which we just ended now. So we thank the two presenters for making us understand the ArcGIS field maps as regard mobile mapping, and also for the Trimble Catalyst as regard mobile mapping. These are two solutions that is quite okay for our mobile mapping. For us taking through our mobile mapping project, these are two solutions that are very much efficient towards our mobile mapping. So I'll be introducing our basic training from Sambos. We have a basic training that is coming up November 21st to 24th at our office in Abuja, and it's coming at a price of 162,000. The training is Introduction to GIS using ArcGIS. So it's a wonderful training, and this is a basic training for those that want to learn about GIS with our ArcGIS product. So we are inviting you to be part of this wonderful basic training, and we'll be expecting you by the time this training starts. So you can reach out to us to register towards this time, towards November 21st. So we'll be expecting your registration, and also we'll be sharing the video and the slides from the two presenters to your mail. So be expecting this also from us. So like I said, our offers goes through the SG, ArcGIS, also Trimble. So we're also in charge of Aris Geospatial, which is the MV products, and also we're in charge of the Wintra one drone products. So trainings, samples is available. For professional services, we are available, and for your licensing, we are also available. So we really appreciate this our coming out today to be part of this virtual webinar. We are grateful for this, for you guys coming to be part of this webinar. And I believe you've learned one or two concerning mobile application, mobile mapping as regard the Trimble Catalyst and as regard the field maps. So thank you so much, everyone. And I will be also expecting you when we have our next webinar. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you for your